Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Rogers from Clagigs Media, where I hope you kickstart your journey as a self-taught graphics designer, web designer, or UI UX designer. So today, I'm going to be taking you through how you can become a self-taught graphics designer in 2022. I know most of you do not understand what graphics design is when you're starting out, and you might be confused what you are going to be doing. But worry not, there is a part 1 of this video, and the link is in the description. You can go and watch that video that is going to give you an overview of what graphics design entails and what it is and what you'll be doing. So this is a part 2, and part 1 can be found in the description. There's a link. So please go and first watch that video, then you can come back to this video. So guys, if you've watched that video, you're welcome. We can proceed. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you through what you will need to know and what you will need to do in order to become a self-taught graphics designer. These steps are going to lead you into the journey of earning yourself some extra money because of starting to work as a graphics designer. Now, this will only happen if at all you have earned the required skills and you know how to approach clients and you know how to deliver the required work. So that is how you're going to earn yourself some extra money through earning the required skills to become a graphics designer. So guys, without any further ado, let me jump into those steps. So the first thing you're going to do in order to become a self-taught graphics designer is to be creative. You need to be creative, and creativity is all about being imaginative and having to think about so many ideas here and there. Some individuals are born creative and others realize how creative they are while working, and others realize how creative they are when they become graphic designers and they are required to be creative or to be more creative than they are. Creativity is something that you build onto day by day by gathering a lot of research and having to gather a lot of inspiration from around. Now, lucky enough, these days, you don't have to be born a creative or you don't have to hustle a lot with creativity because the internet has got a lot of work that is going to show you how other people have gone about being creative, and these ideas can be found on sites such as Behance. So there's a site right here, and this site is called Behance. This site, it's one of the websites that has got lots and lots of graphics design work that can give you examples of how individuals have become creative over a given period of time. Now, on Behance, you can find out that individuals actually post work in form of projects, and that if at all you choose Behance to pick your inspiration, you can get details on how specific designs were done, and you can get an in-depth overview of how someone managed to come up with a specific design. For example, there's this design that really caught my attention, and the designer really shows you how this design is being used or how it will be used through putting his design on different mockups. So this website is going to help you enhance your design creativity by giving you lots and lots of ideas and ways you can come about you can come up with your own ideas or work. So if at all you reach somewhere or reach a point where you need inspiration and you're stuck and you want somewhere to go and gain a lot of inspiration, I recommend this website. It will give you quite a lot of work in different sections, which include graphics design, product design, web design, and it will also show you how these designs are being used on real products and how these individuals really came up with this work. So guys, all I can say is collect a lot of inspiration online, and do not be limited to only the inspiration that you get around your workplace. So as a graphics designer, you're going to have to collect a lot of work online. Some individuals forget that for you to come up with really good work, you need to be imaginative, and you need to really think about how a specific piece of work that you've been given can be handled in different ways. So, creativity is going to give you that extra skill of being imaginative and thinking about lots and lots of ways to come up with a solution. So, being creative is really crucial. And as an aspiring graphics designer, you need to put it at the back of your mind that creativity is key, and that creativity can only be gotten through imagination and collection of lots and lots of inspiration. So, guys, moving on, the next point I want to talk about is you have to become a problem solver. Graphic design is all about problem solving, and design in general is all about problem solving. Most individuals actually define design as problem solving, and you have to actually borrow this ideology as a graphics designer. You have to know it that you're going to be solving lots and lots of problems. These problems require creative imagination, and that is why you need to be a creative for you to solve these problems. Graphic design is all about solving problems creatively, because if at all you solve a problem and you haven't put any creativity into it, then your audience or your targeted audience will be bored by how you've tried to solve a specific problem. So being a problem solver is required, and as a graphic designer, you need to solve lots and lots of problems. Problem solving is something that you can carry on from your previous work, because I know most individuals that are coming from different fields have been solving problems. So being a problem solver is not something that is going to be entirely new. You have been a problem solver, and you're going to be a problem solver as a graphics designer. So, guys, next up, the other thing is you will be required to get the right tools. Now, as a graphics designer, one of the major tools you will require is a computer, and you can purchase, first of all, a very low priced computer for the beginning. Then, as you upskill and get more clients and more gigs and work on more projects, you will find yourself requiring a more powerful computer. But for the start, you can get a very cheap computer and you install the required programs, then you can start working. The other tool that you will need as a graphics designer is a notebook. You will need a notebook because you will have to note down ideas here and there that will always be popping up in your head. And then you'll also require a pen or a pencil to, draw or ideate in this sketchbook. So apart from that, you'll find out that these other tools, you'll only need them when you are working on specific projects, or maybe when you want to use them as a graphics designer to carry out specific tasks. But for the start, the only tool you need is a computer with the right programs and with an internet connection. Now, for the start, when it comes to the software, as a graphics designer, you will need to install, first of all, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, and Adobe InDesign, because these three programs are the industry standard graphic design programs that you will need to do quite a lot of work. So, as a graphics designer, you will equip yourself with a computer, a notebook where you can sketch your ideas, and some internet connection, because your computer cannot just be there without internet. You need to get onto the internet and search for ideas, just like I had showed you. You need to be creative. You need to collect these ideas, especially from the internet. If you can travel, you can also travel and collect ideas. But make sure that wherever you're going, move with a notebook so that you can note down these ideas as they flow in. As a graphics designer, you'll find out that you will need to be ideating a lot. And sometimes these ideas come in when you are maybe traveling, when you're showering, when you're sleeping, when you're out for dinner, maybe when you're traveling, maybe when you're driving. Ideas always pop up. So the point is, move with a sketchbook or a notebook so that you can use this notebook to note down specific ideas that always pop up in your head. So guys, moving on. The next thing you will require is you need to learn how to use these tools. Now, don't think that after installing the programs, you will just automatically use them. Like, you have to learn how to use the programs you've installed on your computer. And there are lots of ways you can learn how to use these programs. For example, you can use the online forums. You can use YouTube, just like you're learning. You can also practice a lot. Now, practicing is one of the major things you need to do when dealing with graphics design. Because if you don't practice, you will not become good at what you're doing. You need to practice a lot as you're researching for information on how to use specific tools and how to better yourself. Now, the first slide was about being creative, and the second slide was about problem solving. Now, you'll find out that during those two steps, you will learn a lot, and you'll have to make sure that you use this information that you are gathering to practice. So as you go and collect a lot of inspiration out there, for example, by going onto websites like Behance and Dribbble, you will get lots of inspiration, and you will start doing quite a lot of work. So guys, moving on, the next point is you need to understand the fundamentals. Now, most graphics designers think that after installing the required programs, things are going to work out of magic. I don't know. But what you need to understand is things are not going to work out of magic and out of nowhere. You need to, first of all, understand what you'll be doing and what design requires. Because design is a discipline. It's not like art where you're going to pour a paint on a canvas and you come up with a magical art piece. Design is something that, first of all, requires planning and understanding the principles behind it, because these principles will, first of all, guide you on how to create good work that is effective and that has got meaning. So, guys, the first thing you need to really look out for is understanding the principles of design. Now, I came across this image that really outlines what the principles of design are in an easy way. You will find out that the principles of design are not so many, but what you'll have to understand about the principles of design is that the principles of design guide, or they give the elements of design, just like I'm going to show you. They give the elements of design direction and how you can use them. So the first thing you will need to understand are the elements before even you can come onto the principles, because the elements are the building blocks of design and the principles guide you on how to use these elements. Now, the elements are actually very simple. I've showed you some designs right here, and you'll find out that these designs have got similar elements. For example, every design right here has got all these elements that you can see right here. So you'll find out that every design has got line, color, size, shape, value, etc. The elements are not quite so many. There could be 9 or 8 depending, but you will have to get an in-depth understanding of how these elements work in order to apply the principles of design onto them, because the elements cannot survive on themselves without the principles, and the principles cannot survive on their own without the elements. So I think you can see, you need to first of all understand the elements, then you can move on onto these principles of design. Now, the principles of design are also actually very easy to understand. For example, you'll find out that they are not so quite many. They are also around 8 or 7, depending. Now, these include contrast. You'll have to contrast things like shape, color, value, etc. And you can also use repetition, proximity, alignment. So you'll find out that these principles will just help you treat the elements in the right way in order to come up with effective designs. So guys, moving on, the next thing I'm going to talk about is you need to work on projects to develop your graphic design skills. Now, this just boils down to practice. You need to practice a lot. Practice, 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 practice. The only thing you need to do is practicing. Practice a lot. Practice in the morning, practice in the afternoon, practice in the evening, and repeat that cycle until you develop your skills. That is the only way. There is no any other way. You can watch a billion tutorials on YouTube and all other social medias, but unless you get down on your computer and do something for yourself, you will never get anywhere. I'm sorry to say that. So guys, it's only through practicing that you will become very good at what you're doing. All these designers right here on this website that have got accounts on these websites, they managed to come up with these really exciting designs because of the amount of time they have invested in their designs. Now, as an upcoming graphic designer, you need to practice a lot. What do I mean by this? You need to, one, get yourself a computer, two, install Illustrator or maybe Photoshop or InDesign. Three, start researching about the principles and elements of design. Four, start practicing a lot. Now, once you start practicing is going to actually lead you into making a lot of research and then looking out for creative ideas online or maybe anywhere when you in your free time, when you're traveling, when you're with your friends, family, when you're with your fiancé somewhere, maybe on a dinner date, an idea can pop up. So make sure that you capture that idea. When you get back home, pull out your computer, start developing that idea into something. Now, practicing is going to help you a lot. So guys, the other thing you will have to work on is to develop a portfolio. Now, after practicing, you're not going to just throw away your work or maybe close your computer and go and sleep. You need to make sure that you collect these ideas, develop them, and then for the start, create a PDF document and put all these ideas inside there. I know some individuals create portfolios on sites like Behance, like this site I've just showed you, or Dribbble. But when you're starting out, you don't need to come on these sites and create portfolios there. All you need is a PDF, because with a PDF, you can access it at any time and you don't need internet. Because once you create a portfolio on these sites, you always need internet. And I do understand that most beginners lack such resources like internet that is stable and that will enable you to always access these sites in order to post your work. So guys, as a graphics designer, make sure that you focus on quality. Your portfolio shouldn't have quite a lot of work that is poorly done. Focus on producing small amounts of work, but of high quality. Now, guys, what I'm advising you is after creating a PDF as a portfolio, you can either create a portfolio on either Behance or Dribbble, and you will be able to store your work after it has accumulated. Now, you can also go ahead and create accounts when you're starting out with zero work, but I doubt that will be beneficial to you. All you need to do is to make sure that you only create a portfolio when you have maybe 10 to 5 pieces of work that are really good. Because once you come to these websites with 2 pieces of work that are of poor quality, these people are going to, pull down your morale, first of all, because you have no work, and that your work is of poor quality. Because these guys only actually post really, really good work. I have never actually found a poor piece on any of these sites. So you'll find out that after your work has accumulated, you can later on actually move on to these sites. So guys, the next point I want to talk about is networking. Networking is really crucial. You'll find out that after you've posted your work on these sites like Behance and Dribbble, other designers will come in and give you feedback on your designs. Now, some of these individuals are actually potential clients. And take note, most of them can actually ask for your contact and later on give you more pieces of work depending on what you've posted. So I think you can see how everything I'm giving you relates to each other. You cannot skip any of these steps because you will find yourself, failing to become a very good graphics designer. Moving on, the next point I want to tackle is you need to get real world work experience. Now, this is also very crucial as a graphics designer. After you have posted your work on these sites that enable you to post your work as a graphics designer, you'll find out that you will need to gain real world experience, because just by creating a portfolio, that will not help you out. You need people to see that portfolio so that they can give you work and you start working. Now, there are sites like Fiverr that will help you actually start earning as a graphics designer. There are people just like you on this site that didn't know anything initially, but through enhancing their skills and becoming better at what they are doing, you'll find out that they are now able to earn some money out of making graphic design. Now, this graphic design is in form of logos. You can make brochures, you can make flyers for people online, and they can give you some money. So, guys, after creating a portfolio, you can come maybe on Fiverr and create an account and start looking for clients. Now, this will actually also enable you to develop other skills as a graphic designer, because as a graphic designer, you do not only need to be good at what you're doing, you need to have other skills. For example, communication skills, because you cannot just approach a client and tell them that I need work. You need to find creative ways of approaching your clients and letting them know that you need work. And the other thing are interviews. You need interview skills, because some clients will always put you on an interview before they can give you work. So, as a graphics designer, you need real world experience, getting that feel of how things work in the real world away from your portfolio. And your portfolio is actually going to help you to gain clients, because it's what they look at before they can hand you any piece of work. So make sure you have a portfolio that has some pieces of nice looking work. Remember, I told you don't focus on quantity, only focus on quality. Otherwise, if at all you have too much work that is not looking very well or very good, clients will not give you as much offerings as you would want. Guys, the last point is you need to stay inspired, which will help you enhance your growth. As a graphics designer, you need to keep it at the back of your mind that things are always changing. The softwares that you're using are always changing. Adobe Illustrator 2022 is not the same as Adobe Illustrator 2007. So, if you're not staying in the loop of acquiring new skills through reading and making research, you will stay behind so many trends and behind so many skills, which will affect your profession. So, as a graphics designer, you need to stay inspired through reading a lot of books, watching tutorials like this one, reading so many articles, finding lots of inspiration, reaching out to other designers and discussing, and then also finding maybe a mentor whom you can pick inspiration from. There are so many mentors online. I've already showed you some websites that have got great design. You can always reach out to these designers and have conversations on how they have made it. So, guys, I hope these steps I've taken you through have given you a very good overview on how you can become a graphics designer in 2022. Up next, I'm going to be making a video on how you can be a creative graphics designer. Guys, subscribe, like this video, and turn on your bell notification so that you don't miss out on that video. This video that is going to come out is going to help you with step number 1. of this video, being a creative. I made it step number 1 because it's the most important part of being a graphics designer. Without being creative, I don't know what you can do, but creativity is something you need to really work on, and it's always good to keep it at the back of your mind that as someone starting out, I need to be creative, and that it's going to really inspire me through making a lot of work. So guys, let me know of what other questions I can tackle or any other thing I can talk about that I haven't talked about in this video. And I want to request you to look out for my other video that is coming out that is going to help you out with being a creative graphics designer. So guys, thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye-bye.